I think we're live. I've only got like 25 minutes, and this is more of a. I mean, you can come in if you want. Here's the link. Boop, 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 boop. Kind of a like recap of the week of a freaking. Damn it! Oh boy, that's not looking good. Sorry, I really effed up my foot at the gym by dropping a weight on it, and the toe's not looking pretty. So yeah, it's more of a 411 of like what happened over the last week. I mean, most of you know, some of you might not, some of you don't pay attention at all to internet drama. Usually I try to avoid it because I find it boring as shit, to be honest with you. But this one like involved me. And most importantly, it involved one of my best friends in the world, Jeremy. Okay. Jeremy is a confidant. He is a brother. He is a friend. There is nothing oh shit. Sorry, X-Ray girl. No. Hang on, folks, before I bring you on. I just screwed up. How do I get back to that? Okay, sorry, I'm talking to X-Ray girl. Cool. If not, try again. I'll get right with you guys. Sorry, I'm doing two things at once here. I fat fingered it. She's trying to get into my account because she's just starting today. Okay, and I'm going to bring you guys in. Here we go. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of let you know what happened and what's going on and how I feel about everything. All right. Hi, everyone. Hi.
Hey. Hi, Gary.
Hello. All right, Gary.
Very grateful that you're streaming today. I love this community and I love being around everyone. So this is just beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, sorry it's short. I've got 3 reviews to cooking right now that I've got to finish very, very soon because I'm hitting the road soon.
Yeah.
So yeah, the last week, I'm sure some of you may or may not know, we had a hit piece written about us, a podcast. It was confirmed last night that the 2 people behind that podcast have Star Wars affiliation, direct Star Wars affiliation, including one runs their social media and the other one works for a video game for Marvel. So it's Disney affiliation, I should say. And then, of course, we learned that, Jeremy was doing a charity event, and you guys know the story, or you may not, that he was asked to take a back seat and take his logo off because Warner Brothers specifically didn't want Geeks and Gamers involved. Which kind of tells you where we're getting at as individuals, as a group of individuals. Some people will use the term community. That we are very effective. We are very, very effective at what we're doing, which is sometimes just reviewing TV, but it's getting weird now. It's getting to a very weird place to where employees are trying to paint us as insurgents, as terrorists, which is the term.
That's insane.
It's insane.
Yeah,
it's
straight
insane.
up insane.
Yep.
And when there are actual terrorists, like in the UK, things that have happened in the UK, it's all covered up. It's all covered up. It's not mentioned because of who they might be or their beliefs or something. But if you didn't like the Last Jedi, I mean, Christ, look.
No, this week's been very weird.
It's been a weird week, but I can.
Sorry.
Go on, Yodicast. What's up?
I just had a video, my Wonder Woman 84 video blocked in all regions. Like no one can watch it, and that's been up for months now. And it just happened. So I don't know if WB is just trying to stop anything that might be negative or what, but it's been there forever, and it just happened.
They are, and they did that to Robot Head, and I have to constantly check my video, which I purposely. Yeah, Warner Brothers is notoriously bad for copyrights. So I don't know how much. Did you put in any footage or anything?
Oh yes, yeah. The way my videos are very similar to the way that Critical Drinker does his. So I'm using very short clips, 8 seconds or less, and then I'm talking over it and making jokes.
Good.
Like trailer footage or actual footage from the movie?
Footage from the movie.
That they get dingy on that still.
Yeah, they can, but they're not supposed to, because that's absolutely fair use. And what you'll do is you'll fight it, you'll win, but they get to take some of your money for a little while.
I'm not at a point where I can make money on it, so that's not the worry.
I think they do. I think once they take your video, it's still monetized now, and I think they do get money. So it's still a revenue stream for them. If it's even them, sometimes it's not them. Sometimes
it did say Warner Bros.
Oh, then it's them.
Dude, so one of my favorite villain songs ever is called Dancing Mad from Final Fantasy VI. And there's a great version of it on YouTube, and within the last 2 months, somebody monetized that. So now there's like 4 commercials that show up, and it's an 18-minute long song. They copyright strike anything at this point.
Hang on just a second, guys. Sorry. What number? Sorry, X-Ray Girl's trying to log into one of my. There we go. Okay. There.
When's the big move, Gary?
6 months probably. We're going to look at states right now to see where the best bang for our buck and where we're going to be around the least amount of people with the best internet access. So what was that?
I've got to say as well, I'm in the process of saving up for a new PC, which means I've had to give up all my vices, which is probably a good thing actually. So if I seem a bit twitchy or whatever, it's because of that. So I do apologize. And if my my mic sounds rubbish, because there have been complaints in the comments about my micers or mics and stuff. So it's literally I don't have a PC at the moment. Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah, you can just hit mute when you're not talking. That works too. I don't know if you guys. It's been such a crazy week, and last night's show was such a mess in the chat.
That was messy.
My poor mods.
No, man. Wednesday night was a nightmare. Like I had no idea.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
Well, like I had no idea why everybody was pissed off because I listened to the initial and then I saw that Jeremy lit up his stream, and I was like, why is everybody resaw what was said? I was like, oh shit. This guy just threw everybody under the bus.
I didn't see it that way myself. I mean, that might just be the way I interpret things, but I didn't. It wasn't until I saw Jeremy posting on YouTube just about a response coming out. I was like, well, have I just missed something? Then I sat and watched the Geeks and Gamers live stream afterwards, and I was like, whoa, I didn't really pick up on that, but it could just be just the way I interpret things anyway. I didn't see any major problem with it, but the more I've kind of listened to everybody kind of talking about it, I can kind of see where everyone's coming from now. But
okay, well, like when I first saw it, I'll just give my opinion quickly, and everyone else speak. But when I first saw it, I thought, okay, that's a studio line he's being forced to say. That sounds very kind of like. So I kind of expected it. I didn't realize that Ryan and Lethal Lightning was so angry until afterwards, because when Ray Porter came on and Joe Manganiello, they were great. It was really enjoyable. Yeah. But then once it started to sink in and the behind the scenes stuff started going on, and Ethan gave that brilliant, and Ripper gave those brilliant opinions, I was like, oh God, yeah, they've just let Hollywood give them the shaft. And I just feel awful for Jeremy. It was awful. But the love that they gained, let's hope that made up, and hail Gina Carano.
Well, the thing that was pointed out consistently over the last few days is the second he said those fucking words, the money stopped coming in. And
Oh,
The chat totally died when that happened, and
I noticed that.
after Zach left in that chat, Uche went on a tirade and told everybody basically "F you if you don't like it. I don't care what you think, what you feel, and all this." And he claims it was on the next stream with Jeremy on the Geeks and Gamers, but he did that, and several thousand people left, and Lady Gravemaster and I talked about it, and yeah, he just basically threw gas on the fire. Luckily, Ray Porter came in and he showed complete class and came in, saved it a bit, but the damage had already been done. So it was a very strange night. And then last night was until everybody got on the moist thing, it was absolute pandemonium. So
Yeah, it was. But I mean, that shows you the weirdness of the internet, and to kind of back up even what you got to consider everybody, right? And some pockets of the internet are loud and small. So that group that was critical of Jeremy, like, that's fine. Feel your feelings. There's way more details behind the scenes that not everybody knows right now, that will come to light very, very soon. I think we're waiting for one thing. And once that one thing is confirmed or denied, then look for a message from Jeremy to clarify absolutely everything. But I mean, he dissed the fandom. He dissed Zack Snyder, dissed you guys, slapped us, all of us, in the face. Slapped
And
all of
us. That's why I have a hard time trying to.
Personally, I didn't take any offense to him saying I'm not affiliated with Geeks and Gamers or anything like that. He has zero control over Geeks and Gamers. He can't control anyone in the group. He's not affiliated with them. So that totally makes sense. That's standard legal talk.
No, Eric, it was the statement put together, the not thanking the community for the charity. That's the thing that gets bring up the most. So if you were slapped in the face, we all were. I felt slapped in the face. Your feeling in the beginning there is absolutely valid. Now we can understand nuance later and all the bullshit that went on behind it and all that stuff. I get it, and that's why where Uche made a mistake was on the stream afterwards, where he started condemning fans who were super chatting, who were chatting, and that's YouTube and life 101. You do not attack the fans, period.
Yeah, I kind of saw that. That's kind of why I went to EBS's stream.
Now, what do you think, Eric? Is this like a big sign that Hollywood is basically getting scared of YouTubers, that they're terrified of the influence that they have and the way that they can sway opinions?
Yes. The answer is yes. They're scared to death. And we just got confirmation of it over the last week with two separate incidences that happened within a week of each other. And that's these two Raylos went out and ran a hit piece on us to try to make fans safer, but they had a lot of help from people who actually work at Lucasfilm. So there's that. And then there's Warner Brothers specifically naming Geeks and Gamers and Jeremy as something they don't want associated with their brand because they were scared he would hurt their film.
I mean, the smear campaign is just the beginning. The end result is if they don't get their way with anyone is obviously physical stuff. But they're at the early stages of the kind of attack, and because they're pretenders, they're very good at smearing. And never trust Hollywood.
I thought one of them was actually a contract worker that was the social media manager of Star Wars Lucasfilms.
Eric, most workers at Lucasfilm are contract workers. The vast majority. There are very few people who are quote unquote, like Pablo Hidalgo is probably called an executive, so he's an official Lucasfilm employee. I worked one of the more important jobs at Technicolor, and I was not an official. I was a contract employee. It's just a way of getting around it, but they're employees. They work. They have their say.
It's kind of like at a nuclear power plant where most of the people there are contract workers, and if anyone gets hurt there, it's not actually an accident
Yep.
at the nuclear power plant. They can still say safe site and all this, and
Or the
basically they
WWE.
count that as any kind of accident or anything like that.
Yeah, it's a way to avoid taxes and liability.
Exactly.
I mean, shit.
I just can't see how. Oh, sorry, Gary.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, I can't see how they would think Geeks and Gamers would hurt their movie. Like, these are the same people that were pushing to get the Snyder Cut made to get this movie. Like, how would that hurt them? They're the ones that were trying to watch it. They wanted it.
Have you not paid attention the last 5 years, man?
Yeah,
building up to this.
They scared getting cancelled
they have
or blacklisted.
They have a perception of us that they choose to believe without any actual investigation. And when you hear people investigating, because I'll give you a great example. Seth MacFarlane, I've talked to him in the past, and I've talked to Tom Constantino a lot on the Orville, right? And they have no problem with us. Zero. They don't agree with us a lot most of the time, but they have no problem with us. And I could probably get, I was offered to get Orville people on when the show comes on and we get closer. And I didn't take them up on it because I don't want to have stars on my show. I just don't. I don't want movie stars. I don't want celebrities. I don't want to be compromised. I'm happy to support the Orville as long as it's good.
No,
I want to
make a point of it on Friday. You rather talk to fans than Hollywood.
Yep.
Or independent creators who aren't into this woke thing.
Yep.
Who are like Gina Carano. She is. She literally sacrificed her career to be able to just be herself. So I'm so glad she's got what she deserves so much success. She actually deserves it.
She blazed the trail for other people if they want to sack up enough. And and I don't think a lot do. They're just scared. Zack Snyder was scared. He was scared, and Warner Brothers made him scared. Warner Brothers created this problem. So as people, again, Zack smacked. He was supposed to be about the fans. That's where the betrayal comes in. There's multiple layers of betrayal here. It was, for one, we were backing your thing because it was a fan movement. So for you to come in and diss some of your fans incidentally, accidentally, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And then to follow it up, people, Uche, for one, Uche's not a bad person. Okay. Uche's a very good person who's prone to emotion like we all are. Okay. I've spoken to Uche a lot off a site, and he's really just a genial, mellow guy who gets when he's a man, he's a competitor, and when he gets backed into a corner, he says some stuff he shouldn't have. He straight up shouldn't have. But he does. At least he came out and apologized for that. I think he'll come out and clarify some more. And yeah, he'll still piss people off. And if you're pissed at Uche, that's cool. Just I don't like what he said to Eric at all. And I was getting yelled over, but I tried to call him out for that, for especially calling Eric a bitch. You don't call a man a bitch. You just don't do that.
You handled that well, Gary. You handled that well.
That stream also got really intense. It's just been solid 4 days of just intense everything.
I don't feel Uche really needs to apologize. The man single-handed, with some help, raised over $100,000 for a good cause.
You can't. He did.
He has every right to be passionate about what happened, but he's not wrong.
Yeah, for one, he did something instrumental and wonderful. But man, just don't. And Jeremy tells him this. You just don't say fuck you to you guys. That don't. It's like I get, everybody gets pissed reading the chat. We're all human. All right. We see stuff that is, there was a super chat that I missed that I just read that, basically told Jeremy to kill himself.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Eric and
bullshit.
Eric, how many people did we permanently hide because they were telling Uche to like, and Jeremy, and like we hid so many people. It was bad.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
It
Was that just last night on Friday Night
Yes.
Fights?
Yeah.
All right.
It was horrific. There were so many troll and you know that there's I'm sure Eric can say the same. I saw usernames I'd never seen before, you know.
Okay, so
And
just new people.
Oh, we
being
had almost
Yeah.
9,000 people there last night.
yeah, we had almost 9K and
Oh, go on, Lady Gravemaster. Go on.
oh no, I was just gonna say it was. I know I put it in this chat, but like, honest to God, humor saved us last night. We owe Jason Smoot our lives for that super chat last night because it completely just it caught the attention of the chat. It brought humor back, and like all of the negativity pretty well died after that. Thank God.
Was that the moist super chat?
Yes,
Yes,
the
yes,
moist
it was.
saved the day. So it got so much calmer after
That annoyed me
It was
more than
amazing.
Snyder's comments. No, I'm joking.
And you know what? Most
But
people
now
can't-
we know if it ever gets insane again, we just have to have somebody super chat out the word moist for $100 and everything will be fine.
I'm gonna.
Well, I was just on the Geeks and Gamers channel, and there's some channel that Ryan Cannell has a problem with, and it's called something like something knob rock knob rock knob
Robbie
or something. So the word knob kept coming up in the chat.
Aye. Rocky Knob Outpost.
Yep. Rocky Knob
Aye.
Outpost.
I just tweeted moist will always win the day.
Yes.
So nobody will know what I'm talking about, but that's
Just sort of message Ryan and say, what's a rocky knob? And it'll really annoy you.
Can
So
I
I'm-
ask? Oh, sorry.
sure. Go ahead. No, go.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. My fault.
Oh, thank you. Hi, everyone. By the way, hi, Gary. Why does Jeremy like get so much hate? I don't really follow his
He's
channel all
outspoken.
that much. Is that it?
Yeah, he's
He's outspoken. He supports Trump. He calls out wokeness. He has a sort of blunt way of speaking, not necessarily how he is in real life. He's a very kind, generous guy, but he will call out stuff especially when back in the corner. He's wrong sometimes, but we all are. He's honest.
So there's
gets
nothing
called-
really.
It's
just
no,
he gets
yeah,
called
it's-
racist, yet I've never personally heard him say a single racist thing. He's just very opinionated.
now. Like
Wow.
One
he
thing
has
a lot of people. Go ahead, Lady Gridmaster.
No, I was gonna say he's got Hijabi Gamer on. Cash, I'm agreeing with you, Cash. Like he's got Hijabi Gamer on right now.
No, yeah, no, like he's very open and willing to let other people say their opinion, but he gets painted in this like light that he's a like uber racist only because he voted for Trump. That's it.
Yeah,
This is it. This is why, like right now, like you guys are saying, like he's got that gamer on right now.
Yeah.
And every time, it's not the first time she's been on either. They like her coming back. So like what I see and what people were typing is two different things.
One thing that people really had offense with Jeremy at was that he kept calling it his brand, all this, and people were finding it as an attack that no, it's all of us, not just all on him. And I know what Jeremy was doing. He's trying to deflect everything towards him, but in a lot of people's eyes, it was coming off as it was all about him and not about the entire community. And
yeah, I think
maybe
if you use the word brand, it becomes a bit more business type. I think if you just keep it with the fans and keep it more personable, it might be better. But I think they're just after him. Full stop.
Are.
Yeah,
Well, and Rajesh, the people now, and anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, but the two women who wrote that hit piece, they have like, and not that followers are everything, but to these elitists that hate Jeremy and Gary and all of us, it is like the amount of followers you have and the influence that you have is everything. And these two women who are on this podcast have, at least at the time when it came out, it was like 430 followers on Twitter.
Yeah,
and they were followed by Pablo Hidalgo, who does not follow people like randomly. And so all of these people who are coming after Gary and Jeremy and Krista and everybody else, the whole community cornering EVS. Oh my, they're trying to completely deplatform EVS right now. But they've all failed. Like all of these people, it's from spite. It's from jealousy, because they can't seem to understand why, a guy who was kicked out of 3 high schools and used to own a comic book shop has any kind of influence.
Yeah.
Because Gary has no corporate backing. He's got no big sponsors. He's not
free.
Yeah, he's not this
free.
Oh gosh, what is it? Establishment media anything. He has no ties really to them. He doesn't use any of it. He just comes out and he speaks the truth. And same thing with Jeremy and everybody else on the team. And they can't figure out why it's working. When they have all of their they've got all this data and all these analytics, and they're like, well, the math just doesn't work. And it's like, it's because you're asking a computer and not real human beings who want something genuine, which is what all of these guys do.
Well, it's not the truth. It's their truth. It's
which is a liar's phrase, by the way. What it is, it's a bunch of fucking morons who grew up with participation trophies and no bullying and everything handed to them, so they just expect shit now. And when they don't get it, they go Ree! And then they attack. And they start using buzzwords like racist and Nazi, because those have become buzzwords at this point. Like last night,
it's the SJW filter. The truth goes in, and out the other side, gobbledygook.
Yeah, exactly. But like last night, for example, I was listening to. I consider him a friend. This dude, we'll call him Elijah because that's his name. And he kept using the term systemic racism, which is just another fucking buzzword at this point, because it's just run around. If I don't agree with you, you're a fucking racist. That's what we get now. And it's fucking annoying. I deal with it in my daily life in the Midwest, of all places.
Yeah.
Well, and it's going to devalue the word. So then when you actually encounter someone that is legitimately racist, people are going to ignore it, which is the terrifying prospect of it all. If there's somebody that actually is hateful, you should probably know. But if it gets muddled down, people are just going to dismiss it, and it's going to get swept under the rug.
The word has been devalued. It's not devaluing right now. It's like worthless at this point.
Yeah, and it's being it's attributed to people like Father Christopher Miller now, and anybody who's Catholic, conservative, mildly Republican, libertarian,
anything that's not far left,
liberal. Yeah, it's now been fully associated with a bunch of with half of America, and
can I give you a prime example?
Sure.
I have a sister and her husband who refused to do any family events with the small family events we did this year with all this COVID bullshit because, quote, we're all a bunch of racists. Yep. Or no, she used Nazis. She used Nazis.
Even worse.
You know why? Because my dad liked Trump.
Yep.
He didn't vote for Trump. In fact, when I was kind of ribbing my dad last year, he was like, I haven't voted for a president since Perot ran.
Oh my God.
And he just liked him. So he just said he liked him. He liked him.
That was enough for my sister to call us all racist Nazis, and yet she still works for my dad and takes a paycheck from him.
Yeah.
Well, because it can't affect their money and it can't affect their comfort. They just want everybody else to be uncomfortable and unemployable and miserable.
Well, and saying that is just showing that they're either willfully ignorant of the atrocities that happened, or they're minimizing it.
Yep.
Because if you go into history at all, that stuff was horrifying on so many different levels, and to equate that to just somebody that's like right of center.
No, that's the line we're always trying not to cross, right? So we're the vast majority of the country is common sense, good people who just want to work, go about their day. And what we have been trying to avoid And that's where it kind of came to a head, over the last week is, you know what? We don't want to be like them. We don't. I don't want to turn like that inside. I don't want to look at the world as fuck the world and fuck everybody. I don't ever want to be like that. But we do have to get out in the mud once in a while and do some things that like I don't like doing. Like last night when they started throwing around these girls' names, well, their names were out publicly. And normally I wouldn't echo something like that, even though these girls made the mistake of putting their names out publicly. But in this instance, I had to, because they came directly at me and at Jeremy and poor Ryan and the quartering and all of you through that, all of you. And it's and what you guys made crystal fucking clear the last week. And we're human. We don't, sometimes we don't catch stuff, right? And you guys reminded us, and that goes back to, when Jeremy was trying to make it all about him. He was deliberately doing that. I hope he's okay with me saying that. He was deliberately doing that to deflect it off of his crew. And we all forget, because like, I'm just a dude, right? I'm just a fan. So we have to keep in mind that everybody who subscribes to our channel, we have to have your back. You're here for a reason. You're here because we call that shit out. And a lot of people did legitimately feel slapped in the face by Zach and wanted people to say something. And it wasn't said. Should it have been said at the time? I mean, that's the debate. I've given you my honest answer. I don't know what I would have done in that situation, because at the bottom line, I wouldn't want to derail a charity stream. But
I didn't. I'm sorry.
But that was fucked up, and you guys felt completely dissed, and that is legit. And the one thing, again, what we're all reminded of is we always have to keep you in mind and keep ourselves, keep every fan in mind, because you're shitting on thousands of people at once who are just giving money for suicide prevention in your name because of a fan movement. And it was all a learning experience, believe me, over the last week. And I don't think any of it was handled perfectly by anybody. And Eric said a lot of things that people were feeling, but I don't know if that's personally my belief is I don't know if that's reality in the situation. Eric has been trained in media. We have not. And and he's right. There is a respectful way to check somebody on that. And definitely that's probably what we should do in the future. Like, no matter what they say, no matter who the fuck they are, they're just another human being. And when you disrespect that many people, you got to go, whoa, wait a minute. What exactly did you mean by that? Just ask them to clarify very nicely.
Yeah, a simple clarification could have helped out a lot.
Or a thank you.
I just got two things. Yeah. I got two things right before I go, and because I have an appointment I got to leave soon for. But I mean, Jeremy is correct. He has to protect his brand. He just could have worded it a little differently. Maybe people would have smoothed over a little bit. But he's trying to not only protect himself, but all the people that are working for him. So he has to remain some sort of control over that. And two, I mean, you all have to remember the mods are doing a heck of a job. They're trying to keep up with 8,000 people at once while halfway listening to the panel and everything else. So, I mean, we do our best to keep up, and I hope nobody takes offense if, like, we miss something, because, hey, we only have two eyes trying to watch thousands of things.
Yep.
So
you do a hell of a job, guys. You do a hell of a job.
Eric needs a golden wrench, quite frankly, if that existed. He needs it.
Idea. But if that happens, just hit me up, hit Eric up, and if there was a mistake made, we'll fix it immediately as soon as it comes to our attention. So yeah, just beforehand, just obviously reach out to us. And even if you come back, and even if somebody said something that was nasty and you got timed out, and you come at me with like, hey, I'm sorry, like, that's fine. That's all I need. Or if it was a mistake, just point out the mistake. It will be fixed. Period.
But what I didn't like as well was if I'd have been there, I would have frozen because, and the reason I would have frozen is because, oh, famous person. And you know what? I didn't like that. I didn't. And when you think about it, these are people who are hollow shells inside. I looked at Amber Heard and I'm like, God, she's beautiful, but she is an awful person, an awful human being by all accounts.
Grade A psychopath.
So I hate this hero worship. The Greeks or the Romans or something, they used to they realized, that actors are very good liars, so they would be, discourage them giving any kind of political opinions. I read that today or something, and I wouldn't be surprised.
People are usually pretty good at bringing things to my attention, and I hop right on it and make a note or take care of it right then and there. But if anybody has any kind of problems, just let me know and I will take care of it. I do care about what everybody thinks, what everybody feels. And hey, I mean, I do my best. So,
but yes, and you do amazing. But I was going to say, I'm sure you'll agree with this too. One of the golden rules is don't spam the chat.
Yeah. That's my first rule. By the way, that comes from me. Do not spam. I don't like spam. It just takes over the chat. It turns viewers away. It turns people off. It breaks the conversation. If you really need to get a point across, you don't have to super chat. You can email me. If it is a big, huge point, you can contact Eric or X-Ray Girl or even Lady Gravemaster, not to put work on you. And
that's totally fine.
They have direct lines to me. My wife on Instagram, they have direct lines to me if you need to get to me.
And I timed a few people out saying, hey, it's not what you're saying. It's the fact that you're saying it over and over and over again, like every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So,
if you want
Moist.
Yeah. Well, we had to kind of let that one go because everybody was doing it.
Was great.
It was so great.
That derailed the trolls so fast, and we all noticed it. And we were laughing our asses off. It was so funny.
Thank God.
So
okay, I literally have to hop in like a 5-minute shower and get out of here.
Go.
But take care, everybody. Love you all, and
have a great day, Eric.
Hey, keep it up. You guys make the whole stream by being so awesome in chat.
Yep.
All right, take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye. I would like to get in here. I rewatched that charity stream this morning, and towards the end, Zack Snyder actually said that the studio was concerned that the fans were controlling the direction, basically. So,
somebody needs to control that.
Yep.
Warner Brothers sure isn't.
The fans are in control. The fans are in control. You don't say.
I do have a question for you, Gary. Do you think that it would have gone the way it did? And of course, this is, I suppose, a whataboutism, but if that hit piece hadn't come out on you guys and gotten so much attention, do you think that the charity stream would have gone the way that it did when Zach came on?
No, I don't think so. I think that got to his attention. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
It was also a little simple mistake was made. And I think if Warner Brothers didn't make a mountain out of a molehill, it wouldn't have been an issue. They really stressed Zack Snyder out and his wife out. And after this, and remember, this whole project is for their daughter. That's the way. That's Zach's lens is, this is for my daughter. I'm going to be you could be critical of Zach, but I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind as I am critical of Zach. Like, he made a mistake as a human being. My want is that he didn't intend to look at his own ego first. I think he was protecting something that he sees as his daughter's project. And does it make what he said okay, though? No, it doesn't. It absolutely does not, because it furthered the narrative for a lot of living people out here who have feelings, who supported his project, who have also experienced suicide in their lives. We all have. I have, like, directly, and I'm sure some of you have. And we felt very passionate about this, and giving that money was in the name of the fans. It wasn't in the name of Zack Snyder or even for Autumn. That money was in the name of the fans. And then Autumn. And to come in and disrespect all of that was, I can see. I felt that way too. I mean, the minute it happened, I text Jeremy, and we were both like in shock, right? So we both said, "What was that? How am I supposed to interpret that?" Because right now, what I'm feeling is pissed, I'm feeling very pissed right now. I feel like that was a slap in the face. And everybody, so we felt what you felt. Believe me, we felt it immediately and saw it change. And they are working. They've said this publicly, by the way. They're working on some sort of clarification. And if we may get it or we may not. And Jeremy will let everyone know once
it's Hollywood.
Yeah, once we either get it or don't get it, you will hear from Jeremy, and it will be soon.
Can I gotta go. So can I get a word in real quick?
Sure.
So I feel very conflicted. I think he should have got called out during the stream, but I also respect the fact that everybody kept it professional. That being said, he pretty much denounced the stream working towards a good cause, which I'm really behind, because at one point I was feeling low last year. We'll just put it that way. So that pisses me off. I'm beyond that. I'm good now. But I'm conflicted on even watching the fucking movie because of all that shit.
Yeah.
And I've had like a couple dozen people ask me if I've watched it yet, because around the people I hang out with, I'm the nerd guy. I know all that shit. I know the lore. People come and ask me, and I don't really want to watch the fucking movie now. That's how fucking annoyed I am. So
that's legit.
Yeah, it was the same with Lethal Lightning. He didn't want to either.
Yeah, I heard that last night. I was like, even Lethal didn't want to watch it. It's like, that's how much of a slap in the face was given to us. It's like I was willing to give it a chance, and I hate BVS. I hate that fucking movie with a passion. But I was willing to give this movie a chance because it was like a win for the fans. And now it's just like, oh, well, fuck me, I guess. I mean, that's what it came off as.
No, that's how it sounded. That's exactly how it sounded. That's why clarification is absolutely required in this situation. I see it as required.
Yeah.
Well, no. At this point, what clarification means nothing. It's just like, well, you're just going to reword what you said. Go fuck yourself.
And you can still feel that. I feel you guys are owed something, and however you feel after that is legit, absolutely legit. That's the way I see it. I still think he owes you guys something. After that.
I equated it.
The whole industry has owed us for the past 7, 8 years.
Yeah,
it's nothing to do with you guys.
Go back to 2009.
Yeah. Well, I compared it because my husband was asking me. He was like, so we were both listening, and he looked at me and he goes, "That sounds like a 2-star who is trying to get his 3rd star, but still be like in with his troops." Like we made these different comparisons, and I looked at him and I said, "Do you know what this equates to for me?" I was like, "This is like when Luke showed up at the end of season 2, because Gary can vouch for this. I was so happy to see Luke not Disney trilogy Luke like that. I was so excited. I was like, is this a signal that things are going to change? I was so happy. I was like, is Disney going to follow their own hero's arc? Are they going to go on a redemption? Are they like listening to us now? And then it was just gut punch after gut punch after gut punch after that. Like, what was it, Gary? Within 72 hours, they had completely undone all that goodwill.
Yeah.
And so it was almost like, because there was you could literally taste it on that stream, all this buildup, all this excitement. And they gave him the drum roll in, and you're like, oh my gosh, like Zack Snyder, here's a director that's been literally part of the fan movement, that he did this for his daughter and for the fans, and like, let's do this. And then it was just like,
yep,
it was equal to what Disney did with Luke Skywalker.
And are you surprised?
No.
I mean,
utterly unsurprised by the whole thing. To be
still
honest.
Disappointed.
I get in arguments with people all the time about pop culture. Like, I have 2 of my friends who, all right, I'm gonna ask this question: what's the best Star Wars film?
Attack of the Clones.
Empire.
Come at me.
Empire.
I mean, the first one I ever saw was Return of the Jedi, so that has an emotional connotation, especially that
Yeah.
end scene between father and son. I really related to that, and the music, and and the fact that he just says, "No, I choose good." I love that film.
All right. So I have two friends. They both say The Last Jedi. All right. Yeah. So I can forgive Attack of the Clones later, faster, I guess. But
Hey.
What kind of friends are those?
Yeah.
they're idiots.
Disown them.
Relos?
Right.
I mean, one of
I've-
them trying to convince me to play Last of Us 2. I'm like, no, I'm never touching that fucking game.
No. Hey,
Ugh.
Cash, I've only got a few more. I've got like literally like 4 more minutes, and I got to get
All right.
back. Sorry, guys.
Guys, I'll talk to you later. I gotta get in the shower anyway.
Take it easy,
Okay.
Cat. Thanks for coming in, brother. Yeah, sorry. This was just meant to be a quickie to kind of clear the air and to kind of put it to bed until we hear something new. I know this drama has been draining on me, so I'm sure it's been draining on you. I felt like I've slept for 12 hours. I mean, I just got up about an hour ago and talked to that great girl real quick, and then did this impromptu. Just to let you know, like, I'm gonna do reviews. I'm still gonna review the Snyder Cut. Yeah, like my enthusiasm for it is like at nil. But I watched it, and I'll give an honest review. And I don't think anybody's really gonna even care. But I'm gonna do it. I'm more pissed about Falcon and Winter Soldier, to be honest with you.
Yes.
And,
I never watched it. I was waiting
I've not
to hear
seen
what
it.
you were going to say about it, but I don't know. I don't know whether to watch it or not.
Oh well, here I'll give you a one little statement from Sam Wilson when he's when they're retiring Steve Rogers as Captain America. He's giving a little speech to a bunch of people, and he says, "Steve was the best of us, blah blah blah, but it's a time for we need new heroes for these times." So goodbye, Steve. You're unnecessary now, and they're doing the straight up boys plot. It's going to be the plot from The Boys season 2.
Oh, I really hope not. Oh,
MCU.
Yeah, well,
Yikes.
WandaVision.
I just threw up a bit in my mouth.
Yeah.
I think that kind of spells that I'll not be downloading or watching that for the night then.
There's some good in it. Okay, the Winter Soldier stuff is good. They go into his past and he remembers everything. So they specifically tell you that he remembers absolutely everything he's done when he was brainwashed, and he's freaked out over it. And it's going to be like a PTSD thing, and that will be why he's not worthy of the shield and why Sam is. And
why he's in therapy.
And why he's in therapy. And they kind of make a joke out of the therapy, which, you know, that's either here nor there. That's Hollywood. They don't understand that stuff. Hey, VW, I see in the background. If you want to say, if I don't know if somebody wants to rotate in
I
again.
can leave. I just wanted to say hi again, and
Hi.
I just wanted to give you my little take. I haven't watched any of it. I'm just a normie.
Thank
I
you,
really don't know anything of what really went on. All I saw was clippets of what he said. My take on it is I don't know any of it. I am not in it. I can't give you my take on it because I wasn't there. But what he said really turned me off. And I was like, well, I'm not going to give any money now because what he said was, okay, I just disavow anything to do with any of you. And I'm like, why would you say that?
Yeah.
Why would that be the first thing you say when you come on? Why didn't you say thank you for what you have done? Let's try and make a whole bunch of money for this charity. No, all he said is I have to disavow myself from you guys. Why would you say that the first sentence in? So I checked out right then. I was like, I'm done. And then I came back after he left, and I donated $5. That's about all I did for it. But I know it's a good cause. That's the reason why I did donate to it. It is a good cause. We have all had somebody or someone you know. Hell, I've done it, so we're good. So from my point of view, what he said was stupid. But I understand, I don't know all of the takes on what or why it was happening. So I really can't say. But my feeling was, well, that was stupid, and I left. So
Yeah.
I will let you guys go. I'll just show the dog one last time.
Bye-bye.
Yay.
Truck dog.
Truck dog.
He's looking like, what? They're talking to me?
Who's your boy?
Yeah, you, truck dog.
BW.
All right, you guys have a good
Take
day.
care.
Bye.
too.
Bye.
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 Bye, truck dog.
And Gary, I'll hop out too, just in case you've got anybody else backstage. But I did want to let you know that the stream following the charity stream where you were on with the guys, so because my husband watched that too, and he's like, "Oh, you can tell that Gary thinks of more than one of those guys as his kid." And I was like, because he watches some of you, but he's never heard you call Ryan your internet son. And I was like, and I looked at him and said, "What makes you say that?" And he's like, "Because that is the face of a father who's about to kill someone for his child." So your rage, you handled, you were very, you were definitely one of the adults in the room. But I wanted to let you know that hubby definitely saw the rage coming from you. And he felt that. He was like, I'm not really invested in the Snyder thing. He's like, but right now I am vibing with Gary, and I don't know who we're gonna kill, but I will help him bury those bodies. So.
I was seething. I haven't been that angry in a long time. Yeah, and I'm glad I didn't show it because it's not fun. I hate being that angry. I don't. And, it wouldn't have helped at all. But thanks. Yeah. Gritting my teeth through that whole thing.
So you did very well. And on a happy note, before I go, you should know that over 1 million people are protesting the lockdowns in England and Scotland right now. There's over 1 million people in the streets.
Well,
Nice.
Okay.
I'm in Scotland just now, but I'm not leaving my house. It's too cold.
No, it's all over in London. It's massive.
Yeah. So there's from everything that I've seen, it's over 30 million views, like combined with all of the footage that's being taken with it. And there's 1 million people in the streets right now. So
yeah, Oxford Circus, Trafalgar Square,
Lawrence Fox, the actor, has. Lawrence Fox, the actor, has set up his own political party called the Anti-Lockdown Party. He was on Sky News Australia. That guy is based, and I think he should be the next Doctor.
I think he's right too.
All right. I'll bow out. Have a good one, guys.
All right.
Take care.
I'm going to have to get going, but I wanted to get a word in.
Sure.
So I'm conflicted. I'm angry with what Snyder said. I mean, I understand the anger too, and I think it's rightly there. Yet at the same time, I want to support this movie because producers are actually, or the companies are listening to the fans. I mean, you look at what they did with Sonic. They brought Sonic. They listened to us with Sonic, and it turned out to be good. I don't know. I watched the movie on Thursday. I enjoyed it. It's the first time I saw Justice League, it was a big fat meh. But as I was on with Ian and Dan earlier, I told them this one sold me on Affleck as Batman because I hated Batman v Superman. The idea that Affleck's Batman is just garbage. But I have to say I loved it. I mean, again, I'm conflicted because I'm angry with what's happened, but at the same time, I want to support the movie. And I also probably will say something controversial by saying, I think Jeremy Irons is a better Alfred.
No, I like him.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought he was better than Kane.
No, I didn't like Michael
Caine in every.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he does kind of play Michael Caine though.
Jeremy Irons, obviously was it Michael Goff? Going back a wee bit, but they're kind of definitive Alfreds for me.
Yeah, personally, I'm just happy that Steppenwolf is no longer wearing a Celtic scrotum on his head.
I gotta say, I love the ending a lot better than the original version. I mean, not giving spoilers away, I just was blown away by the ending.
I was too. I thought it was pretty good. It's got I have some major criticisms about it too, though.
So with that, I'm going to take off. Like I said, I'm just really happy to be a part of this group. And as I said, as a priest, I would not be here if this was a hate group, a racist thing. And the rabbi and I were talking about that the other day. I mean, we love you guys, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
and we're happy you are here. We are
Thank
proud you are
So,
here. And I and,
we'll
and
talk
I
to
as
you
well.
guys.
Take
We'll
care.
talk to you guys soon.
Take care,
And
Father.
like I said last
Take
night,
care.
congrats,
Father.
9,000 viewers last night. I was awesome. I mean, it's just it's
Amazing.
been fun to see how this thing has exploded over the last 3 years. So, with that, we'll catch up with you guys later.
Take care, Father.
All right, take care.
It was nuts last night, and like I said, I slept 12 hours. I was freaking exhausted.
Nick, what's up, buddy?
What's up, guys?
Hail, Nick.
So
Hail, Nick.
I got to bail out. Sorry, this is just supposed to. It was supposed to be clear the air and let you guys know that like I'm not going to stay on this drama all day long. Trust me, I'm
fine with that.
I am
already done with
tired
that.
of it. Oh, hey, I was watching foul ball last night for like 2 hours while I was decompressing. I was supposed to be recording my video, but you guys were way more entertaining, so I just kind of sat in front of my desk with my chair reclined, and I was vaping, and I was listening to you guys. Great. No, I love actually hearing you, because I could see what's in the chat, but it's different when you hear it, obviously.
Sure.
And I'm right there with you. I was like, after I knew we had to address it Friday, but I was like, listen, you guys have to get your feelings out, and please continue to do so if you want to. Like, but you're not going to hear me ramble on about this until we hear something new. I mean, last night, I don't know if you guys realized, like the Quartering and Data Racer plucked out those two women. Who,
We
talked about that.
We talked about it last night, DW.
Watched a few videos today about it.
Real quick before we go, one revelation just hit me while I was just sitting here listening. A part of this, like, if you watch the video back of the incident, clearly Zack Snyder is very uncomfortable right before he says it. So it stands to reason that WB or AT&T, whoever, made him say it. And I've been thinking, they're attacking the fans, they're scared of geeks and gamers, but I keep forgetting they didn't like the Snyder Cut. So what better way to fuck the Snyder Cut up, a fan movement, but to get the director to shit on the fans himself?
That's a good point.
And that's an angle I just hit me as I was listening.
Yeah, why would they pay 70 million just to cancel him
because
a week before?
The same reason that one party would hire Gina Carano and give her a show, and another party would fire her the next day. You know what I mean? Because Rangers of the New Republic was supposed to be her show. He's a big
AT&T was pushing the movie forward, not Warner Bros.
Exactly.
So Warner Bros is like at war with them, which I don't know how they could possibly think they would win when AT&T pays their check.
Well, the same reason these geeks at rewriting Ripley can attack fans. These groups are they're fractions. We look at these as big monolithic corporations, but they're groups of people, and one group may do this, another group may do that, and that's why I think that's why we have a lot of this mixed messaging.
Well, that's because, and we have it because they have infiltrated these corporations. So the people who would normally, like the John Favreaus of the world, the Seth MacFarlanes of the world, the Tom Constantinos, who definitely are one side of the aisle. And I don't know what John Favreau is, but they'll listen to both. They know, for one, they want to make money, and they're normal people. Like, they're just like, okay, we have a different opinion on stuff. These corporations have been infiltrated by fundamentalists. Like, that's what they are. They're absolutely religious fundamentalists, cultists, whatever you want to call it, true believers. And they fight them, and they have the power now. And it's because the upper echelon part of the corporation has given them the power. So we're fighting small groups of people who have infiltrated things we love. And
small but powerful, and it's that power.
And they're hitting us right where the leverage is. They're hitting us, just like you said, with the fear, the emotions. They're on these. The creatives are listening to us, and they're leveraging their will against the companies that say, "Hey, look, I can do this." AT&T listened. Warner Brothers wouldn't. This is where Zach was, but Zach is right on that pinion. He's a creative with all these ideas, and he operates on that sense of emotion. But the thing is that they twisted him by fear, got him to say a bunch of things. He's not going to be the guy speaking out there with the, I know what I'm saying. I mean this everything. But the thing is that he is a tool. He, just like every other tool that you can use, he is a tool to be used by Warner Brothers when they want to say a thing, and they're going to use that fear that he operates on so easily to twist him and use him just as easily as he can be used.
Yep. and what's being taken advantage of is there are two factions. There is Warner Brothers, which is owned by AT&T. AT&T doesn't care about anything. They just
But making money.
About making money. They're in massive debt, and they need whatever revenue streams they can get right. That's exactly why they greenlighted the Snyder Cut. Warner Brothers didn't want to. They were forced to by AT&T. Warner Brothers will secretly do whatever they want to assert their power and stuff, but I mean, those people will be gone soon. Trust me. Like the Mamas, the Jeff Johns, like them or not, they will be gone very soon and replaced by AT&T people. DC does have a plan. And it has everything to do with J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams is their new guy, and that's.
I was hoping when you said they were going to offload certain amount of folk, they would get a shot at Jar Jar as well.
No, unfortunately not. Okay, I'm so sorry, but I do have to go. I have so much work.
Great stream yesterday, Gary.
Thank you. By the way. Thank you. We'll get another first stream in once I'm done with my reviews. And then I hit the road, but I'll try to do member streams when I'm stopped somewhere. And if I'm anywhere near you guys, I'll let you know. My first stop is Mesquite, Nevada. So if anyone is near Mesquite, Nevada, let me know. And yeah, so take care, everyone.
All right, Gary, have a good one.
You too, Gary.
Take care.
Take care, Gary.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you.
All right, everybody.